So you agreed with Bernie Sanders, who's far left, on the manifesto, we call it, and that gives you socialized medicine.
Sir?
With $1 billion, if you
That is
absolutely
you know what, you're
not
true.
true.
Doing it.
You're going to have
tape.
True.
Gentlemen, but I think that the country would be better served if we allowed both people to speak with fewer interruptions. I'm appealing to you, sir, to do that.
Well, and him too.
Well, frankly, you've been doing more interrupting
That's
than
all
he
right,
has.
but he does plenty.
Oh, I have post-traumatic stress disorder just having to watch all that over again. It
So
was so bad. Look, at the end of the day, I think I saw somebody immediately after, it was like Jonathan Karl at ABC. He's like, in a sense, both men lost. And when both men lost, then President Trump lost. Because what it really is that Trump is down 7 points in the Real Clear Politics national average. You need to do something to actually bring yourself forward, persuade some people who are undecided, or even make a case back to the people who have switched away from you. There wasn't any of that. There was no case to be made last night on either side. I mean, Biden was so incredibly weak and fumbling.
And that's the thing is, like, Biden he was not up to the task of beating Trump. Trump defeated himself. His strategy of just, God, every sentence you've got to interject and interrupt and be so petulant and so obnoxious. I think what any normal person watching that comes away with is very much that Joe Biden moment of, good God, just shut up for 30 seconds. It was so obnoxious and hectoring and over the top. And it enrages me because here we are with all of these incredibly important issues and challenges facing the country.
To me, it's clear that last night's debate did very little to move the electorate. We had some polls showing that Biden was the winner. The CBS post-debate poll comes to mind, but it had the margin of victory on last night's debate, honestly, right where a lot of the national horse race polling is, which to me tells me that no one was really moved one way or the other by the debate. And moreover, a vast majority of Americans said that the emotion they associated with the debate last night was annoyance. So taking all of that into account, I think it's clear that the debate had very little effect on voters' feelings toward the candidate and their feelings toward who they're going to vote for.
Debate, I mean, dude, can we even call it a debate? I mean, it was just like a schoolyard shouting match. So yeah, it was a disaster, as I think everybody has pretty much said. But will it move the needle? Probably not. 2020 has been an insane political year. You look at all the things that have happened this year, and yet the polling is basically where it was in March. Maybe Biden's up a little bit from where he was in March as a head-to-head, but given how much has happened and how little has changed in the polling, it's hard to imagine that we're going to see much change coming out of the debates. And one reason is that everybody knows who Trump is, and Biden has been in public life for a long time too. So it's not like people are coming to learn about these candidates in new ways. And most importantly, we are in an incredibly hyper-partisan moment in our politics in which everybody who engages in politics is either a Democrat or a Republican. And if they're a Democrat, they look at it through Democratic eyes and everything Trump does is terrible. And if they're a Republican, they look at it through Republican eyes and everything that Democrats do is terrible and Trump is their savior. And that is a very dangerous moment for our politics in many ways. But when it comes to the debates, it means that nobody is being persuaded.